Next time we get in the introduction, we're gonna have to do some hand claps or something because we are two great people. So
I got some hand claps on here, but there we go. Big it up for ourselves.
people gotta understand, it's two great people right now giving them
That's
some.
right. That's right. That's right.
They need to know that, Tease. You
He needs
feel?
to know that, bro. He needs to know that.
This episode, what's this? 76, 75? What we got?
75.
Ooh, 75, huh? Episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look at that. Hey, that 100 episode right around the corner.
It's gonna be before you know it, bro.
Right around the corner, man. 75 shows.
Who's the sports player with 75?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
So both of y'all who listening, give us a sports great that's
number
that wears number 75.
Most likely it's a football player, obviously.
Yeah, because they usually have bigger numbers.
Yeah. So I would like to know who that is too.
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
Well, we back again this week, episode 75. I'm Coach Mo. We got Latisse over there.
Yo.
See Latisse, she rocking the Poetic Justice braids.
They about to come out, bro. These bad boys is almost done. Yeah.
We'd like to welcome everybody for, about a little hour or so, over the hour or so with some of that podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Our YouTube page is up and running. Appreciate everybody that be commenting on the YouTube page.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate that. You can join our little Facebook page. We appreciate those comments too, and then follow the Instagram page. Some of that pod.
Yeah.
We out here.
We gonna get more busy on our social media. We gonna get more busy posting stuff on there to keep y'all connected to us. So y'all be looking out for that.
We out here, and then every week we're gonna do a segment. We're gonna call it "Who or What Irritated Y'all This Week." So
yeah.
about that, because I feel like as long as you're doing this, if you're on social media, if you pay attention to the news, you pay attention to what's going on, something's gonna irritate you in social media. Something may irritate you, your job, home, anything. So every week we're gonna ask that question. And
well, we need to start with that, bro. Because after we get through our little introductions of our little weekend, you need to start with that because I know something irritated you this week. This past week.
What you think irritated me?
Oh, I think one thing that irritated you was I think one thing that the DC Young Fly situation. And people posting about
I'm gonna kick it off with that. I want to go first.
Yeah, I think that irritates you this week.
So what irritated me this week or this past week, because we the whole DC Young Fly slander that he was getting on social media. I don't understand it. People talked about him because of when he gave his I don't know if it was I don't even know if it was the eulogy or he just got up and spoke about
remarks or something like that.
Right. So everybody was upset and was saying, he made it about him in his talk. And they were saying that, he was talking too much, talking about himself, not really bigging up the young lady, and I'm just reading these comments of people on social media, and I'm just saying, like, man, y'all really irritate me because the man just lost the mother of his kids, and y'all really think like y'all expect him to just be up there. He just supposed to be boo-hooing and crying. It's not right. The man told y'all how he feel in the rest of the world, like. He know where his children's mother is at. He know that the spirit is still living with them. He know that the body is flesh. The man obviously he believes in God. So that's cool. Didn't know that. DC Young Fly believes in God, and the way he chooses to deal with the death, That's him. That's him. He not gonna. I guess people don't feel like it's real now if you don't show it. Like if you don't like be extra with it, they don't think it's real. But everybody don't mourn or be in sorrow the same. Like
Right.
he was telling everybody. Like I thought he made great points about her, his kids, how they raise the kids, how he's God fearing, how his kids is God fearing. Like
How
I
she was too.
I actually felt like we saw a side of DC Gunfly that we probably never knew because we just so used to him being funny, goofy, cracking jokes, but he was really, really serious.
Mm-hmm.
But people just that's what irritated me this week. It just got on my damn nerves, and then all this other Illuminati talk and yes,
Yeah.
baby mama, like oh my god. But
Yeah.
again, my last point. Black people only do this to other black people. The Illuminati is always about black people. You never
Mm-hmm.
just it just makes me sick that we do this and then we literally teach. We literally get on the phone, our phones, and get on like Instagram, Facebook, and really like type that shit.
Yeah.
We really type that shit and then hit send. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just so crazy to me. But that's my rant for this week.
Yeah, I'm with you there, bro. Because I think that to me it just shows like people don't we're not in a world that like we're not in a spiritual world, right?
Mm,
So when I look at him, me bro, we've been to plenty of funerals where someone who spoke that was close to the person that died was able to speak, and for me that's God's strength. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of comfort that comes from God, that comes from a connection with God, and the insurance and the having faith and knowing that your loved one is to a better place, and we gonna see him again. Like it ain't the end for their soul. And so if you are a believer, you can rest in that. And so while you might be sad, at the same time you understand that we all got a end date, and so unfortunately, hers was 32. You know what I'm saying? My mom was 24.
mm,
So it's it happens. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So people when it's your time, it's your time. And like he said, you don't question God, but because we don't live in a world that talks about God in that sense, and like you said, if they not, when you hear about God now, it's just like people think God is like a genie. You know what I'm saying? And if he ain't doing what you want him to do, then he's not real. And so because of how crazy the world is, and
mhm,
they think like, oh, there's no God, because why would God do this? Why would God do that? So that irritates me, because I feel like people don't, if you're not a believer, you can't understand. That's how he can talk like that. So don't try to make it into he's in a part of Illuminati, or he was talking about too much or by himself. That if you're not connected to God, just say that.
yeah,
You don't understand. And that's okay.
that's
It's
part.
okay. That's okay. But don't like project what, because he falling out in the casket like Meet the Browns, and saying take me with you. It's like, now it's not real. Like, everybody don't want to get up there and act a fool. And he still cracked the joke, because that's what he's a comedian, and that's probably healing for him. So, I think people should just mind their business. And if you're not gonna pray for the family, and if you're on the positive to say, then don't say nothing, because you don't know these people. We don't know them. We just on the outside looking in. So we
And
only know what they show us.
we always get a kick out of trying to tell celebrities what they should do with their money, how they should live.
Mm-hmm.
And then we always get a kick out of trying to tailor our life or pattern our life after celebrities, or you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
mind your business. Like for me, listen to DC talk, like, I just know he got a relationship with God because some of the stuff he was saying, like you wouldn't understand that if you didn't believe in God, if you didn't know
Right.
God. So
Right.
everything he's saying that he said resonated with me. You know what I mean? Like, yes, when you lose a loved one, of course you upset. Of course it's tragedy. You're heartbroken. However, like he said, but when you got a relationship with God, you realize, you understand that this is all, our body on this earth. We understand that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
people just people just couldn't take it. They wanted DC to run up and down the aisle and just out. And
They wanted him to act a fool. They
yeah,
wanted him to act a fool. Like, if you ain't acting the fool, if they put on a performance, that just goes to show you, bro, just how much of what the internet is just not real. You know, if people just used to manufacture things, and it's just unfortunate. But prayers to their family, and you know,
that's what that's prayers to them kids, man, and
yeah,
they lost their mom. Them babies, they lost their mom.
yeah.
I'm not here to try to say, like, why she need to get all that done. Like, hey, man,
Right.
like,
Right.
women,
That's a whole different conversation.
women do stuff for their own reasons. It's and that's not even the type of conversation to have in that moment. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just, it's just people just want to find something to talk about. But I hope all prayers to her, her family, and the DC and them kids, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
On a lighter note, congrats to the Denver Nuggets.
I guess congrats to them. Let me look. I give them a little clap. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy that series over, bro.
Why are you happy it's over?
Because, like, I really don't have, neither one of them are my team, or even my second team I root for. But I it's it was like, Miami had a long run, and I knew they wasn't going to win the championship. They just kept getting, they kept playing harder than the next team, which I can't fault them for that. They deserve to be there because they outworked everybody. But they were number 7, number 8 seed, so it's a number 8 seed. So it's just like, they're only going to go out so far. Like, Boston should be ashamed of themselves. Boston was supposed to dead that, but
you still ain't got
still on that. I ain't letting that go. So Boston, they supposed to do that, but they didn't. So, everybody, that's what was irritating me this week, is everybody just, being delusional about the Heat. Like, you guys, they're not winning. They're not gonna win. They're gonna come back. No, they're not. They have played as hard as they could, and they deserve to be there. But this is where it ends. Like, this is the number 1 team in the NBA for a reason. And
true.
But yeah, shout out to the Nuggets. I don't really, I ain't really like a Joker fan like that, but he's his demeanor reminds me of the character in Rocky, bro, the one who beat Apollo. Yeah, he's so stoic,
Ivan Drago.
Yeah, Drago. Yeah, that's what he remind me of, because he's so unemotional. So yeah, but shout out to them.
What I like about Joker? Like, he's just him. Like, he don't try to be nothing else. He don't ain't finna show you no emotion like that. He just him, good or bad. He just him. Like, you saw him last night after he won. He just like, hey, win the parade.
He ready to go home and herd his goats
and get my horses and shit. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. And I believe him that he ain't just said, like, he probably preferred being in his own home country than versus being over here. And
it's a different culture. It's a different. He's not. You can tell he's not someone who. He came here to play basketball, and that was it. Like, he's not. Some people aspire. Some people, like other countries, they want to get out the country because they are obsessed with American culture, because it's the popular culture across the world. But he's somebody that's just like, I play basketball because I can, and I want to go back home into my regular life. He's not a part of the Hollywood, basketball culture. So I get it. I ain't mad at him for it.
I don't get that vibe from him at all. I just, like you said, he just come over here. He good at basketball. They gonna pay him well to play basketball, and tell he just close with his family and his us, and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna do me when the season over with. I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna till it's time for me to come back. That's how it is.
Yeah.
He really said, okay, we can go home now. Like he really said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's serious, bro. He's ready to go home.
Yeah,
He
that
like
was so
that little clip. I want to go home.
for real.
Yeah, that's what I thought about.
He was not playing, was he? He was like, man, I want to go home.
Yeah, I mean, bro, 82 games plus 2 months of the playoffs. I be want to go home too. Like I'm done with NBA. Like don't ask me nothing. I want to go home. Yeah, I get it.
I just listen. I thought Denver was the best team after they beat Phoenix. One because they was the most healthiest. I thought they was well coached. They player obviously. I just thought they was better, and the Heat gave it. The Heat gave it all they could.
He could, yeah.
I try to tell people sometimes in the NBA, 9 times out of 10, usually the best team wins the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Usually 9 times out of 10, the best team wins the NBA Finals. You have other teams that have won. You say, well, I don't know if they was the best team in the playoffs, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And Denver won. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen the Bucks play Denver. I thought that would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been real good. Yeah.
That. And people hung up on, well, it was a boring series. Oh, I mean, fine. If you feel like it was boring, that's fine. But
I don't think it was boring. I just knew that, when it comes down to it, Denver's just a better team. They have more tools, and Miami, they've maxed out their ability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but to everybody who say it was a boring finals, listen, it's not Miami's fault that the sexy teams got beat by Miami. Miami did what they're supposed to do.
Right.
They beat the teams 4 times. That's what they're supposed to do. So, you know what I'm saying? Denver did what they're supposed to do. I mean, they swept the Lakers. Like, everybody wanted to see the Lakers, but the Lakers got swept. Let's just keep it 100. They got swept by Denver. That just goes to show you how better Denver is. They swept the Lakers.
Yeah.
They beat the Phoenix Suns. You know what I'm saying? Like, Denver.
They big. Them some big boys, too.
Yeah.
They big and agile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and Miami played out their minds in the playoffs. They beat Milwaukee. They beat Milwaukee, beat Boston. They beat New York. Like they had a nice run. They had a really nice. But I think Denver, the way that team is built, they can win another one because all of them are just going into
young too, bro.
They going into their prime, so they can win They can win another one.
They young.
They don't have any contract issues right now, except for one person. But other than that, they good.
Yeah. Yeah. They can. I could definitely see them there again, unless we'll see what happens in summertime with other teams and see what moves they make. But I think Denver can definitely repeat.
And my last point about Denver, what I really like and I respect, it's refreshing. They did it through the draft. Joe drafted in the second round. Jamal Murray was drafted. The other kid, Michael Porter Jr. was drafted. And then the white boy that won the national championship last year, now he won the NBA championship. Brown, he was drafted. Like, I love how they did that. Aaron came over via a trade.
Yeah.
KCP, he was just a vet. He came over via free agency. But the majority of that team is built like the best players are built from the draft. I like that.
Yeah. It was I'm glad it's over because I just knew that it was kind of like, for me, it was like, okay, I want them to just go ahead and put, Miami out there. Put them out their misery because, them boys is tired. Them boys is tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah, yes, they was. They was definitely tired. So but congrats to them though.
Yeah, congrats to them. They earned it. So now we can get ready to the real. What everybody want to know is how many damn games Ja Morant gonna get suspended for? That's what I want to know now.
How many do you think, bro?
Well, I set the over and under at 41, so I'm saying like I'm saying 40 games. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna say under 40. I'm gonna say under 41. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be under. I think they're gonna give him, a few weeks, but I don't think he's gonna get quite 40 games.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a stiff penalty, but he did it to himself.
Right.
He did it to
Everybody,
himself.
everybody waiting now. So it's already been the day after the final. So everybody want to know when.
I've been seeing all day too, bro. Like what is going so what now? What happens with Ja? Like that's the big thing on the agenda now. What happens to him?
That's the big thing right now because we know we got NBA free agency in July, but right now since the finals is over, we waiting on that.
Yeah.
And then
we don't see.
Did you see Skip and Shannon today? Shannon was today.
I saw some of it. I saw his basically his just like goodbye and him thanking, Skip, and I heard, what Skip said to him. So what do you think the real is behind that about why Shannon actually left? Do you think it was because he just had to work with Skip, or do you think it's because he had a bag somewhere else coming?
I'm gonna be honest. I think being on that show for 7 years, I think Shannon's brand has become more valuable, and I think he wants to do his own thing.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be able to get paid.
Shay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be able to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he could probably, because like some of those guys, like even though his show is he's more of his club Shay, like it could be a podcast, but that could be a show. Like somebody can pick that up. You know what I'm saying? That could be an actual show. So I can see that happening.
And the way he, and like when everything happened, like people didn't know that his show was owned by FS1. He got it. He took that from him.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked because the rumor was when the report came out that he's leaving the show, the report said he would probably leave after the NBA Finals is over. I didn't know that meant like the very next day once the finals was sad. So he got out of there and he about to start his own thing. And that club Shay, he's been doing numbers and he gets a lot of guests on there. He gets some guests on there.
Yeah.
And they have candid, honest conversations. So he got his liquor. So I think he got some deals in the work that he probably was like, you know what?
It's taking up too much time. Yeah.
Time is coming to an end with Skip. And I'm about to.
Yeah, because he don't need Skip needed him. Well, initially, he needed the show for his exposure. Yeah. But because of his personality, he brought what they needed. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like you said, he's been able to build his brand. And I feel like with anybody, if you're able to focus on yourself, that's your passion. Like it's no offense to Skip. It's just like, First Take and Undisputed that's Skip's passion. That was his passion. He wanted to pursue what's his passion at the moment. So I get it. If you can do it, do it. Like I can't wait, bro, to when we get to a point to where, we never know like where right now, like we can do this because we like doing it. Right. And it's a hobby because it's not paid. You know what I'm saying? But once you get to a point to where somebody can be like, oh, we like y'all show, we want to, push our part of our network and it's a paid thing. So where we can not have to work. Oh yeah, I would do that too in a minute. Yeah.
That's in a minute. You want to get to.
Yeah.
And I think Shannon got to a point where like somebody probably was like, hey man, we got an idea for you, but this is what we want to pay you, but contractually we know you can't do this right now. Because he had a nice run on that show. He became very, very popular on that show, man.
And I'm so glad, bro. My thing too is I'm happy to see so much Black media you know, because that gives us the ability to control our narrative. You know, like, you know, the media as a whole is still going to paint a picture about Black people, you know, because that's what they do.
Yep.
And but at the same time, at least to each other, we can, you know, promote greatness and
Yeah.
build ourselves up in a way that another network, another, you know what I'm saying, another channel wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So even it may not be the voice of as loud as, you know, a CNN or a Fox, but it can reach the mass, at least to Black people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think it's dope to see that, to see, you know, so much media in the avenues that where we can share our voice and we don't have to all have the same voice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
True.
whatever your lane is, you can go in there and, you know, like athletes for a long time, they had to depend on like the ESPNs and the Fox networks or the ESPN sports to like remain relevant, like, right, like the ultimate job thing was to go and try to get a spot to do Sunday Night Football or to do,
Yeah.
you know, be a commentators and all that stuff, and that still is like a goal for some of them. But now post retirement, you know, you can have your podcast. Shaq got one, Draymond got one, the Pivot, I Am Athlete, All the Smoke, like these, you know, knuckleheads, like, you know, it's so many where they don't have to wait to,
Paul
you know,
George.
yeah,
Good one. Yeah.
yeah, all of it's so many. It's so many. And I think it's good because it gives them their own voice and they don't have to depend on, like, you know, mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope to, that's why I'd be like half the time, like when I be at work, you know, it'd be so many podcasts to listen to. It's just like or so many shows, like, you know, to choose from. So that's a good problem to have for black people, that we got so media choices now. So yeah.
Yeah. Because I Am Athlete, they kicked it off.
Mm-hmm.
That was different. That was
For
something.
football players, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that was something different. When we got a chance to listen to former football players,
Yeah.
who actually now can talk about the stuff that they dealt with playing football and give they own the game for the players. And
Yeah.
then like that was like wow. And then I know when the knuckleheads did theirs, you know, it was like, man, they got this guest on there, they got this guest talking about what it was like in the league and like all that was great. And
Hit those stories, get to hit those behind the scenes stories. Yeah.
For like guys like myself, it'd be the story, it'd be the stuff
Yeah.
that you'll hear a story like, damn, I heard about that, but then you get the guy on there, he like, well, yeah, that was true. He confirmed, you know,
Yeah.
Like for example, they had Jimmy Jackson on there one time, and they asked Jimmy Jackson about Tony Braxton. Was that story true? And he was like, listen, I'm glad y'all asked me that. I'm gonna say this for the I've never talked about it. I'm gonna say it here right now. That never happened. Tony Braxton we were never together. It never broke up the team. He was like, I don't know how that started, but like he did it. He did it. Yeah. But
yeah,
that was a long time rumor between Jimmy Jackson, Jason Kidd, and Jamal Mashburn.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Jackson finally squashed that shit. And I was like, damn, this is why I love these shows now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they be it's the stories that we don't know that always make it good. And you know, it's I'm happy that the athletes have a space, because so many times people think they like dumb jocks.
Yeah.
And they don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have like any brain, and they don't have any thoughts outside of what somebody give them. So it's good to see them be able to you know, take on media and you know, actually operate in the space that, you know, wasn't necessarily made for them. So it's dope.
It is dope. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's always news, it's always hot takes, it's always breaking news happening between something going on with a NBA player or football player, you know. And speaking of NBA player, I just staying on peace.
Yeah.
one of my favorite players, Duke University former player, Zion Williamson. Now he in the news. He's been in the news this past week. I'm sure he don't really like what he in the news for. I'm sure he don't like that, but Zion in the news because he got women trouble. Women trouble.
Yeah, he got. Is that what we want to call it? Women trouble.
Well, listen. It started off like how most people do. You post a pic of you and your girl or whatever. You post a pic of you and your girl on Instagram. He posted a pic of his child's mother to be on Instagram. Then next thing you know, the floodgates was open.
Mm-hmm.
His supposedly other girlfriend, or I don't even know if she's a true side. She
wasn't even a girlfriend.
I don't even know. I don't know if she was a true side chick or not. She just decided to jump in the comments and just go ham and just basically just put him on blast with all the receipts.
She was a prostitute.
Everything.
What are we talking about?
Huh?
She was a prostitute.
Why you call a woman a prostitute?
She was a prostitute.
Why you call that woman?
He was posting the transaction, the monies he was sending her for her services.
Hey, he said he's gonna take care of her. Remember in the text?
Yes, because she's having sex with him. She's a prostitute. What are we saying here?
That lady does music. You heard what she said.
That lady is batshit crazy. Okay.
By the way, she tweeted about him for 7 straight days.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, cool. It's dumb for so many reasons because he's so much younger than both of these ladies, first of all. But if he was paying you for your services, he never said he was going to stop paying you for your services. He has a baby on the way. Okay. So he had a baby on the way while he was doing it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he had a baby on the way, now it's not your business because he's paying you for a service. And I don't understand. Stay in your place. Why do we have to keep having this? Every week we have to have a conversation about these people that just don't know where they belong. You are a prostitute. Okay. Here's your money. And when I need you, what are we confused about? Why is she acting like what? I'll let you spit my face or I'll let you spit my mouth. Okay, prostitute. Thank you. I pay for that. I pay for you to do that. What are you saying?
Here's the thing. The prostitutes that we know of, they get paid to go away
and they shut up
and never talk.
Yeah, because they want to keep getting paid, bro. That's what I'm saying. How is this beneficial to her?
Well, the lady was Brian Mills. She's a former porn star, OnlyFans. Now she does like IG modeling, and she's supposedly RB.
I won't call her prostitute. She's an escort. How about that? Does that sound better?
She had been dealing with Zion. What did she say since 2021, something like that. And she said he first reached out to her at 19 years old in her Instagram direct message. So me knowing, I know, I just believe her. I know Zion as a 19-year-old probably saw her and was like, oh, that's Mariah Mills. I seen her videos. And he probably shot his shot.
I beat my meat to that.
Yeah. He shot his shot, and that's probably what happened. But by him being such a country green Negro, he probably figured like, hey, I can fuck Mariah Mills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I got money to do it. I mean,
just lighten up. I can just see him lighten up when he and she probably looked him up and probably figured out, okay, who is this motherfucker?
Yeah.
And probably saw how young he was, and her wheels started turning like, well, he got money.
Yeah. She gonna put all that vintage vagina on him, brother. Like, listen, whatever he wants, he can have every hole. Oh yeah, I know.
And she pretty much said that in those tweets.
Yeah.
He was doing whatever he wanted to her.
Because that's what you were getting paid to do. Like, I don't understand. But the dumb thing is, it's just like she's acting like cuckoo, which is like, you're not making it okay. Because here's the thing: if you give any 20-year-old boy that amount of money, bro. Listen, Zion ain't the only one paying for lady entertainment. Okay, he is not the only one, right? And if you give any of those players that kind of money and they get to fly in their favorite porn star, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, right? So I don't understand what's wrong with the Mariah lady in the sense that if you're getting paid for services and he was going to continue, why mess up your bag? You mess up your bag in the sense of now he's not going to want to deal with you, but you also putting other players on alert. Like if they was going to deal with you, like you talk too much. Like you're going to go, like you don't know how to be. Like if I be with you, if I fly you, I'm in your town or I fly you out here while I'm at this game, like you run your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't understand it. If I was a lady of the night, I'm not messing up my bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what we're doing here. I mean, plus, your vagina got mouths on there. So you supposed to be taking care of this little young boy because he'll know better.
Oh, she addressed that too for people saying that she got bodies. She addressed that too.
What did she say?
She said when she was messing with Zion, she only been with 3 dudes. She said most people feel like because I was a porn star, I had multiple sex partners. She said that's not true. The only people I did a scene with was the same guy. And then she said her OnlyFans work was with the same guy. So she addressed all that. So I'm telling you, she broke a record. She broke a record, Tease, for tweets in a 7-day amount of time. She had to.
Yeah,
I've never seen like that before. Like we've been on Twitter for a while, Tease, and it's been some great moments on Twitter where it's been rants, or just whatever. This past week from her,
she made a complete fool of herself.
I mean, it's been epic. She had a complete meltdown on Twitter.
Yeah, she did.
A complete meltdown on Twitter, all because Zion got a baby mama.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Like the messages that she was showing to me did not sound like a serious relationship. It sounded like transactional. It sounds like I see you when I see you. Like we do what we do. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why she's acting like he was saying we're gonna be together forever. You're my girlfriend. Like I don't understand.
She showed a screenshot of $20,000 they got, I think, Zelle to her or no, it was a what you call a wire transfer. Yeah, she showed that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are we showing though? What's your point?
She was showing pictures of when she was with him.
And, but again, bro, what's the point? You're not his woman.
Hurt people. And
it's the delusion. And that goes on. I can't be mad at him. He's a young boy. You know what I'm saying? Because we got older dudes older than him that make the same stupid mistakes that be with females, and they be with females that that are messy, and that don't care about anything, that they're done. Like her manufactured body is not even good.
Worst BBL in the history of BBL.
It's not even good, bro. It's just like poor Zion. He could have been with a lot of. I know she was a popular porn star or OnlyFans, but I'm like, he could have been with a lot better looking ones than that one.
I was shocked because when she was in the industry, she didn't like doing scenes with black men. So when it came out that she was messing with Zion, so I was like, I guess money really don't have a color, because
and that's probably, you know what, bro, he probably somebody that ain't have a whole bunch of coochie. When he was young, like he don't come across as he was, hitting the skins like that when he was young. You know what I'm saying?
I guarantee you, Zion went out here as a young boy. I guarantee that.
Yeah, and that's how come he's getting caught up right now.
I saw how you could just see how he was talking to her in the text message. You could tell.
Like he don't got no game in that sense. No,
he was exposing himself so much in those text messages.
he showed like a little boy, like I wish that was my little brother, so I can somehow talk to this hoe.
And look, I'm, I'm not really mad at him. I just wish he would have moved differently. But again,
yeah,
I was 22 years old and single and was worth $200 million. I would have jumped in Roxy Reynolds' DM.
Yep.
Pinky DM. I would have jumped in Carmen Hayes' DM.
Them the old porn stars.
I would have jumped in Misty Stone's DM.
Oh boy.
And for all my homies that listen to the podcast, I'm about to say this name, and y'all know damn well y'all would have did it too. I would have jumped in Jasmine Cashmere's DM.
Oh boy, yeah, she was a little dirty girl.
She's one of the goats. But anyway,
yeah,
22 years old, 200 mil, please.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I mean, I wasn't mad at him. Like, I mean, I wasn't judging him because I'm like, first of all, 22-year-old boy is getting down like that without money. So once with money, he definitely finna get whatever porn star he wants to, which whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but I just feel like, man, he could have got a better one than her. My thing was is knocking up the other one. The other one, she ain't a porn star. I think she was a stripper or something, though, right? Like, yeah, like, why he knock her up? Like, that's the only thing that kind of that threw me off. I'm like, why he get an old stripper pregnant? Like, that's wild to me.
Old stripper. She an old stripper.
I wonder if he planned it or if it just happened and he just went along with it, you know?
Man, Zion probably didn't get no fuck. He probably was shooting that dick and he didn't care. And she didn't care.
She probably was like, I'm on birth control, you know.
She hit the lottery.
Yeah. She hit the lottery. She's not a looker either, you know, but
and they say she's a fucking demon too.
She's a what?
They say she a demon too.
Like, in what sense?
Crazy as hell.
I could believe it. She looks like a old nut.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I can believe it. Poor Zion. Like, yeah.
I know.
I wish he would have, you know, been with someone else different. And I wish he wouldn't have got them old ladies, you know, been dealing with these old ladies. But, you know, he young and they probably was pulling all the tricks out on him, bro. You know, I always say, when you're 22 years old, bro, you were 22, you ain't know what you was doing either. And if you was having sex with a 30-something-year-old woman, she would have turned your ass out too.
He probably did with her everything he wanted that he saw her do on them scenes, movies, everything. I bet.
Yeah. And she don't know. He green, so I'm finna put all this on him. He didn't, and he was going in the head. Like, you could just tell that he's someone that wasn't like out there bad. So I just feel like,
I know what
they's putting tricks on him.
I know next time though he learned a lesson though.
Yeah, strap it up.
Or not only strap it up, get him a burner phone.
Yeah, get a burner phone. And get your homies. You think nope. I mean, LeBron never got caught up. But you think LeBron ain't out there?
Man, look, man. If he out there, I guarantee you got to go through 4 or 5 people to get to LeBron.
Yeah. I definitely think he has something going on with Rihanna, but that's just my personal observation of her fandom for LeBron. It's not normal fandom. She got that fandom like, he was in them guts kind of fandom. So yeah, that's that's my personal observation.
But, hey, do you think he was nailing her to the cross though? That's why she acted like that.
Yeah, I do. I think LeBron was he was hitting them guts, like he was hitting that spot. Hey, bro, when that lady that she always talk about that bottom, he was hitting that bottom.
That lady funny as hell too.
He was hitting the bottom. He was like, you don't supposed to hit the bottom to every woman that you sleep with, because when you hit that bottom, you gonna turn on that crazy.
Activate that.
Yeah, he was hitting that bottom. That's why she was at them games, and oh yeah, she loved hustling LeBron.
Oh my God, man! But look, even if he is out there, whatever, you got to go through 4 or 5 of his people to get to him.
Yeah, you can't even ain't even his best friends, bro. It's people y'all don't even know that's on his team. That's doing that for him.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't even. It's well tracked, and I'm not even saying that's true. But if it was something like that, I'm just joking around. But if it was true, he's not finna do that on his own. He's not that dumb.
That white girl came out. She was pissed at the blogs were saying she used to mess with LeBron. She was pissed off. She was like, "Stop slandering my name like that."
Oh, what's one?
Her name is Jess Jules. She an influencer.
Oh, okay.
And she was pissed, boy. She was like, next time one of these, what she said, next time one of these blogs put my name or something like this again, you're gonna be hearing from my lawyer.
Oh wow. Well,
like who? Why would you just? That was random how that came out like that. But
yeah, I ain't never heard of.
I ain't never heard that either. I never heard that rumor.
That's what makes it seem like it probably was true.
Because it was so random.
Or maybe she was trying to come at LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It's something, because when people usually, if nobody ever heard of it, bro, and you just randomly say it, it's probably like where'd it come from.
But she made a whole Instagram video in her car. She was like, "I'm tired of these rumors and blah blah blah." She was going off.
Interesting.
Hey, let's stay on the ratchet for a minute. Did you see Gunplay? What he said? Remember, he went on IG Live, and remember, people was getting on him. Remember, he was on social media about a month ago asking for donations for his daughter.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I saw that.
And you remember, like, I think a few weeks later, he did another IG video where he's giving Rick Ross like this chain or whatever. So people got on his ass. It was, I donated to your GoFundMe. I want my money back. And then he got on IG Live to address those people. He was pissed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He need to give them their money back.
He needs to give them their money back. He got mad. Remember, he got mad at Envy a couple weeks ago too, and then he wanted Envy to apologize for saying something about the GoFundMe, which he wasn't really even talking about him. He was more so, making a dig at Rick Ross or whatever. But yeah, I ain't mad at him. I will ask for money back too, because you are even if you a D-list celebrity, you know what I'm saying, or E, you might be F celebrity, who knows? But you hang around celebrities, and you put a GoFundMe out there to help for your daughter's, doctor's bills with people who don't make the money that you make or around the money that you are around, and then you put that GoFundMe, but you have enough money to buy Rick Ross, who's already a rich dude who always boasting about his money, his lavish life. So you bought him an expensive piece of jewelry, but you didn't have the money to pay for your doctor's daughter bill. Make that make sense. And that make it look bad for people who really do need stuff, you know what I'm saying? Who really do need, when these kind of things happen, bro, and it's really like someone trying to raise money, and then this kind of stuff happen, like that make it looks bad. It looks bad. It's like it's absolutely not a good look, But yeah, they deserve their money back, if you ask me.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that's one of the most all-time niggerish shit I've ever seen.
It was, bro. That's very, very.
That was.
Yeah, that's not a good. That wasn't cool.
He's definitely from the land of nickerdom.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
You know what that's like, though, Tease? That's like me asking you for like $2,000, right? Because I need to get Courtney back in school. But yeah, okay, I said I'm gonna pay you back, but yet I ain't paid you back yet. I'm ducking your calls, but then you see me on Facebook saying I'm in Jamaica balling out.
Right.
I'm
right.
Drinks.
Yeah.
That's what that's like. Like, come on, just give me my money.
Give my money back, man. This is regular, everyday people that donated their little money to you, and you on here buying a rich dude expensive piece of jewelry. He should have known that wasn't gonna go over well.
See, but again,
and my thing is too, I'm with envy though. Rick Ross got all this money and this your close friend on here begging for money. That's horrible. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I needed something, if I went to social media before asking my friends or my family, they're gonna be upset. Y'all would be like, Tease, why didn't you say something to us before you went on social media begging for money? You know what I'm saying? Like you and if it was something that I needed and I couldn't ask somebody that's close to me, then that's messed up.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And if I'm a friend who had that money, bro, and I know that's what's going on with my close friend, and I don't even just offer it to her, like, hey Joe, here go this, you take care of your daughter. Like, that's what friends do.
Here you go, bro. Man, just do it.
That's weird.
We worry about paying it back later, but man, take care of your daughter.
Yeah.
You don't need to go on Facebook and ask nobody.
Yeah.
Man.
That's it's just weird. So I'm people trying to talk about envy. So I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't have put the family in there. No, but it does question Rick Ross. He want to act like he the boss, but your friends on him begging for money. That says something. I'm sorry.
It says a lot.
Yeah.
Says a lot. And he literally asked people.
Freeze.
He literally asked people to donate. Like, he literally asked people to donate to his daughter's GoFundMe, and he do some shit like that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible because I don't even. You already got to be in a I don't want to say low state of mind, but you already got to be in like a bad place to even have to do that. So if you humble yourself to do that, then that means you really, really need it. So if you really, really needed it, that means you don't have no money to be buying no jewelry. That's just that's just irresponsible. That's irresponsible. He should have known better. That's ignorant. It's just pure ignorance.
There you go.
I'm not I ain't upset. I'm people that donated, they should ask for their money back. Like, they absolutely should. And GoFundMe should not allow him to have any more campaigns.
Ooh, okay.
Because you've abused it. Like, I feel like people that abused it and do stuff like that, and it comes out that you have mishandled the money, because people was like, well, he was trying to say, well, half the money go to GoFundMe. Half the money does not go to GoFundMe. There is a fee. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are attachment fees for using GoFundMe, their services, but it's you're not giving away half your money. They're not taking half of the money that was raised. I don't believe that, and I've never heard that from anybody else. There is an attachment for transactions. You know what I'm saying? And when they finally give you a deposit, there is a fee attached to it. But that's the same thing if you do, like, other services. If you buy, you know what I'm saying, if you buy something online, most of them have some kind of transaction fee. That's how they make money, from transaction fees. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he out of order. He's way out of order.
Even if PayPal, GoFundMe does take some money, whatever it is, bro, the bottom line is it's the optics. You can't go begging and then you turn around and give somebody a fucking chain.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You don't have money for doctor's bills, but you got money for Jacob's jeweler. Exactly. Okay. All right. That's something, like you said, but that's very niggerish. It's very niggerish, and that's just not a good look.
Not a good look at all. Not a good look.
Yeah.
Speaking of good look, is it or is it not? Dr. Cornel West running for president. What you think?
I love Cornel West. I think he's one of our great minds. And he's especially in relation to Black history, Black people. How I feel about Cornel West running is the same how I feel about Trump and Biden. They're too old. There's a disconnect between that generation and our generation. I do think that we need wisdom, right? Mm-hmm. We need older people around. I don't think that they can. The country is too young.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that because of the disconnect they have with the generations underneath them, it doesn't provide good leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, having Cornel West on in some kind of advisory, way, I think it's good, you know what I'm saying? Because I think he's a real Black voice, you know what I'm saying? And I know I think he was one of the people that they used to always question Barack Obama, you know what I'm saying? I think at the time, and maybe him and Tavis Smiley, some people kind of fell out with them because they would question, the president on what he's doing for Black people.
They did.
But it wasn't unfair. It was not unfair. It was, I think,
I had a problem with it, but yeah, I you're right. It wasn't unfair. But yeah.
It wasn't unfair because we had to put him to the table like we would do anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that the one problem we could have had with that was that we asking him because he's Black, but we don't ask the other ones.
That's my problem.
That was the problem. But I think that is happening now, though. I think that's what the voices are trying to do is, what are you going to do for Black people specifically? What laws do you have for Black people? And I think Black people, we have to stop being afraid to ask for, like, we feel like when we do things, we have to include everybody else. No, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody includes us. When they have the Asian crime bill, they are not thinking about Black people. Okay. They are thinking about Asians that are getting attacked from wherever they getting attacked from. They're thinking about that. When they thinking about immigration, they're thinking about people who are crossing the border between the Texas line or coming up in Florida. No. They are not thinking about Black people coming from Africa. Okay. So what we have to stop thinking that when we have something that we're doing something feeling bad because we want something that's specific to Black people. And it's okay. It doesn't mean disregard white people, disregard Asians. No, it's not saying that. It's saying we are Black in America. This is what we need specifically for Black people. And it's fine. Everybody else asks for what they want. Listen, you can't, I mean, and especially when you try to relate stuff, you try to relate like the LG, those numbers. I always mess it up, but
LGBT.
Yeah. So you try to relate that to civil rights and the Black plight, right? They not afraid to ask for what they want.
Never.
So okay then. So we shouldn't either. So in that sense, I think he's a good voice for that. But I just think he's too old. That's all.
I agree.
He's too old. Yeah. I think, he's too old. Biden is too old. It's a lot of America, we have not done a good job with vetting the next generation of leaders for politics.
You've been vocal about that for a long time.
We have not done a good job, bro. Like we're seeing younger, like it should be younger aldermen, younger mayors, younger governors and stuff at this point, because that's what's needed. But I think we can't dismiss old people. Like it's nothing like that wisdom. They lived what we ain't seen yet. So we definitely need that. I just think that, we need to be the legs and they can be the brain. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be the ones doing the work and they can be behind us guiding. You know what I'm saying? That little sister, that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna tell y'all how to do this a little bit different, or I'm gonna show y'all, like we need that. We don't need to have Joe Biden tripping over, sandbags. Like that just don't look right. It's like, because automatically it was a fair trip. He tripped over a sandbag, but people might think like Joe, he fell again because he old. You know what I'm saying? So
I see him fall though, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he don't be falling up, bro. He be falling in thin air.
Yeah, it be funny, but it don't be funny. And
it's not funny because he old, like, yeah, but yeah, that's my thought on it.
Tell him something, Joe.
Poor Joe.
Hey, but for real though, Cornel West needs to sit his old ass down.
You dumb, bro. You dumb. He got an old name, like Cornell, like Cornelius. That's a old Negro. That's an old Negro name, Cornell. That's why, like, honestly, like, that's why Willie never win, because his name is Willie. Like, ain't nobody gonna vote for Willie. Like, Willie doesn't. If your name is Willie, that means you are in a generation that needs to be retired. Like, y'all should be enjoying life right now. Like Willie Earl, Cornell, Ernest, all y'all need to be, relaxing.
Oh, Willie Earl.
Yeah. Y'all don't need to be. Y'all don't need to be doing no running the country. Y'all need to be in, Arizona enjoying y'all retirement.
Sit your ass down, Cornell, Dr. Cornell.
Oh boy, yeah,
that's funny as hell. Hey,
that's funny.
Hey, so Travis Rudolph found not guilty.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, boy? Well, I'm happy he is too. Now the question is, well, for everybody who don't know, Travis Rudolph, he's an ex-NFL player, and he was on trial for basically, I think, was it aggravated assault or aggravated murder or something like that, because his ex-girlfriend, they got into an argument. She sent her brothers and her cousins over to his house to basically jump on him. They jumped on him. He put out a gun, and one of them died. And so he was on trial for that. And so, but he was standing his ground and whatever, which they came to his house and did this.
Yep.
So he got off. But this is my question, bro, because the lady who was on the stand, who sent her family over there, she was so dismissive about it. Like, I ain't telling them to kill him. I just told them to mess up his stuff. Like, she was just loosey-goosey with it. Like, she was acting like, she's not the reason that they did that. So do you think she should be culpable in some way? Like, do you think that they need to put her on trial next because she initiated this assault?
Yes, she's the worst type of black woman. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, when you come back, y'all, we can hear Moses' great thoughts on why she is the worst type of black woman.
Here's why.
Okay, there we go.
A lot of men are either dead or in jail right now because they wanted to defend a woman's honor. And it shouldn't even got to that point.
Yeah.
If she loved that dude like she say she did, she shouldn't have made that threat.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he has to protect himself.
Yeah.
But he did.
Yeah.
They may have came over there to whoop him, but who's to say what if things got bad?
Yeah.
And they beat him to death. Not just beat him up, but beat him to death.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is what I want with women. Be careful with your words. Be careful with your decisions. Because then, what if her brothers would have died? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm glad he was found not guilty, because that law has worked for the other side of the other delegation. Many of them.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he was able to get off, and she needs to do some fucking time. She needs to do something.
Yeah. He and people have got off for pursuing people with weapons. He didn't really pursue them in a sense. I mean, they came to his house and assaulted him, and I think he was like shooting to get them away, but she initiated that, and it's women have to stop doing that. You have to stop involving the men in your life that you love. If you're not being assaulted and hurt in no way, like because you're upset, because you mad, you don't send somebody over to somebody's house because you mad. And in the same breath too, like our brothers have to be more wise and know that sometimes women, I am a woman, like I can speak wholeheartedly and be honest about sometimes we are emotionally unstable. Sometimes our emotions get the best of us and we're not thinking and we're talking off emotions, and not saying that the emotions not real, but sometimes emotions aren't real. Sometimes emotions are not reality. It's how you feel.
How you
So
feel?
I can feel some way, but that don't mean that it's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Because of how I'm reacting to it, that doesn't make it real. My feelings are real, sure, but situation, it could be all off base. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta stop doing that, and we have to do better, like as a community, like in not promoting that kind of activity. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make your brother weak because he's not trying to fight for you. Because I want my brother to come home. You know, so many people have died trying to help somebody else, and if I love my brother, I'm not gonna put him in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm in harm's way and I call my brother to come and help me because I'm trying to get out of a situation and I'm scared or I can't, and they're there to in that sense of protection, fine. You know, but even then, you know, let's call the authorities. I still want my brother to come home. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta stop you know, just being emotional and then in doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because on the flip side, like you said, like, you know, on the other side of things, we know that KKK back in the day, white men did that in groups. Did it to Emmett Till, did it to a bunch of people off of the emotional response from a woman. You know what I'm saying? And they did it, it wasn't even warranted, you know? So we gotta we gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Got to do better. But again, it was a win for this black man.
Yeah, it was.
Black man.
Yeah, I didn't like how his ex was. She was talking about it like it was nothing. Like she was the cause of somebody getting killed. She needs to know that. And I think if they hold more women responsible, bro, then maybe they'll stop doing that.
I'm telling you, man. Think about how many fights have been started because a man wanted to, you know, step in and I get it. You're a man. I get that. But sometimes that shit don't be true.
Yeah.
You be caught in some shit that you can't.
Yep. And then you get in it, bro. How many times you help somebody and then they go back with the person? That happens so much. So you put yourself out there and then they back with the individual. It's like you didn't waste it, you know, getting yourself all riled up because they're gonna still be with them. So
right, they're gonna still be with them.
Yeah, keep your family out your business. And the crazy thing is, she was married.
Yeah, I know.
Like you said, she is the worst kind of person. Like you, the worst kind of woman. You got a whole husband, and you sending somebody else over to the house to beat him up because she lied and said that he attacked her when she attacked him. So something needs to happen to her. You know, I don't know what.
That's just almost as bad as saying he raped me.
Yeah, because that man could go to jail for life for that.
Thank you.
You know, his whole life could have been gone from that. If he didn't have that Ring camera, his whole life would have been gone.
That saved him.
Yeah. And she sat up there and lied. Like, I just couldn't. It was just disgusting. It really was.
It needs to be a penalty for her. She needs to have some consequences.
It needs to be some consequences because, you know, it makes it bad for women that really do be in abusive situations, and then it just looks bad because, like I said, yeah, we are emotional people. We are emotional beings, and our emotions get the best of us. But that don't make it right, and it doesn't excuse, you know, what she did. So,
well,
yeah,
I'm glad it's over. Hopefully, he can move on from that. He can, you know, get his life on. I really don't give a fuck about old girl. She can go to hell all I care. I just hate that, man. I hate that because black already, you know how it is. Tease, we already got issues with the law anyway. So
yeah,
I hate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We don't need that. We don't need no extra. We'll need no extra stuff on us, bro.
We don't need all that, man.
Nope.
Now, on a lighter note, it's Father's Day weekend coming up.
Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
You know, there ain't gonna be a lot of fanfare on social media about us, so but that's okay.
Oh, bro, do you really think that?
Oh yeah, I believe it. I've
Really?
got proof of that. So it's not the same. It's not the same, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's hard for me because I guess I'm a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl in my core. So I don't you know, I love my daddy. So I always gonna be like, you know, I'm always going to make a big deal for Father's Day because my dad, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like you know, I'm a daddy's girl. So I'm like, I guess I don't and I know a bunch of daddy's girls, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you know, it's unfortunate y'all feel that way though.
but I mean, it's okay. I don't get down about it. You know, I just laugh. It's just funny. Hey man, look, everybody love mama. It's okay.
Everybody love mama, but you know, daddies get it. Daddies hold the fort down. I always say that. Like
they do.
You know, daddies don't show a lot of emotion sometimes, and they don't get the acknowledgement that they need. But daddies definitely, you know, we wouldn't have a lot without our daddies. So
we wouldn't. We show, yeah.
you know, yeah,
that's true. So you know, we're gonna end the show on like a lot of notes. So, two things. Who's your favorite TV dad?
Favorite TV dad?
Number one.
You know, I knew we were talking about this today, and I can't, and I and I should have had an answer ready. My favorite TV dad.
Got on blast, y'all. I got on blast.
I would say I used to say it was like Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Like he was a good TV dad. But I also liked who was another good dad? I like that's a hard one, bro. Because I'm trying to
I was prepared.
You okay? Okay, you go. Get yours then. Get who yours?
My favorite TV dad was Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Why Al Bundy?
Because he was the epitome of fuck them kids.
Definitely.
But
definitely.
He was the same way with his whole household. But he kept his job. He provided for his family. But he wasn't going to do nothing more.
Yeah.
And that's how he was. And he gave his own little advice in his own little way. And he's probably one of my favorite TV dads.
Yeah. I was gonna say something silly, but I do like if I'm gonna go like a silly route, I'd like King of the Hill, Peter. I think Peter is hilarious to me, and as he's an unconventional dad, like the way he do stuff. So he's just funny. So I like Peter Griffin. He's a funny dad. And I did, you know, it's like too. I used to like Tim Allen, Home Improvement.
I've never those two shows in there. I've never watched them.
Oh, bro, King of the Hill come on every night. It's so funny. Yeah, and
never watched it.
Yeah, and Home Improvement. You know, back in the day, sometimes we only could watch what was on TV. So it was one of those shows that I probably wouldn't have signed up to watch, but when I actually watched it, I did like it. So
okay.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a part of that. Remember back in the day when ABC had that Friday lineup.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a part of that.
It sure was. I think you're right. Yep, it was.
Yeah,
it was good, man. He was good.
Yeah, so I liked I liked that.
My other favorite TV dad was obviously Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
But Al Bundy, Bill Cosby, and I like Buddy from Different Strokes.
Phil Drummond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the simple fact, he had 2 black kids that he adopted. So already blended. He had a white daughter. And then rich white dude. So I just thought that was always intriguing to me growing up.
Yeah. It was interesting growing up, but like as an adult, bro, I look at it like like during the 80s, there was a little string of TV shows where it was like, okay, I was sick of them trying to have like black kids adopted by white men saving the day. Like, okay, I'm like, all right, I don't want to see this no more. Like, why? Yeah, like okay, like you couldn't have a black person, have that same adopted child. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I was tired of seeing that, but
Now,
yeah.
now, my second question: what's the best advice your dad ever given you?
Um, I would say the best advice I've gotten from my dad. It probably wasn't so much something that he told me directly. But something I've learned from him is that really don't wait for nobody to do nothing for you. Like my dad, like if he if he needs something and he asks you somebody to do something for him, and if they gonna do it or they don't, if they don't do it, he gonna find a way to do it himself. He's always been that way. And it may be a little harder doing it yourself, but if it's got to get done, it's got to get done. So he don't wait for nobody. Like he's not gonna wait for anybody's approval to do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And he's taught us that without saying do it this way, but that's how we operate in the sense that, it's hard to seek help sometimes. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, but it's hard to seek help sometimes because I don't like waiting for people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I ask you for something and I need it, either you're gonna do it for me or you're not. And if you don't, I'm gonna just move on I'm gonna figure out how to do it myself. Like I don't feel like I have to keep begging someone to do anything for me. I'm not gonna beg anyone to do anything for me. So that's one thing that he's taught us. And also too, even when we were younger and call ourselves dating, that's why I'm old school. I have old school thinking. I have old school values when it comes to like dating. So my dad would always be like, when we call ourselves having boyfriends, like if we go on a date, like, cause he's in a generation of men that believe in taking care, that a man leads you taking care, and being provider is one of the big things that is a part of manship into him. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely been that provider for us. But he used to be like, like I'd be like, Dad, can I go to the movies, this weekend? He'd be like, okay, who you gonna lose with? I'm like, okay, I'm going with him. Okay, all right, see. Can I get some money? I thought you were going to movies with him. And I'm like, I am. And he's like, well, why do you need money then? Like if he's dating you, it's your boyfriend, right? Your boyfriend's supposed to be able to take you to the movies, So if he can take you to the movies, stay your ass at home.
Fact.
That's how it was, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I think now, so but in the flip side though too, it's always been like my dad had 4 girls, but we're not like we probably a little bit rough around the edges because that's how my dad handled us. Like, like we can't we do for ourselves. Like
y'all are very different, but a lot alike at the same time.
Yeah, we do for ourselves, but at the same time, we don't have a problem because we've had a strong male figure. We don't have a problem with having strong male figures in our lives. You know what I'm saying? And those men being those strong leaders, like we don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're not gonna just be a strong leader and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. We're not following that. We're not following idiots. You know what I'm saying? So but that's a lesson I got from my dad. Is just to don't wait for nobody. If you can't, if do it yourself, and if you seek help and nobody can do it, figure it out.
That's good advice. That's real good advice.
What about you?
I mean, over the years, he's probably told me a lot of stuff, but I think the one thing that stuck out with me, he just always told me, don't compromise your integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the reason being is because when people are not around you, they can always vouch for you because of your integrity.
Yeah.
And how you carry yourself should say a lot about you before you even open your mouth. So things that he always kind of like told me.
Yeah.
So that's like I've told my son that, you know, try to explain to him what that means, because I think for me that's like a life lesson. I think every man should try to be that way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But that's one of those things that no matter what, I can constantly hear him saying that to me throughout the years. And he told me that like at a young age, probably like 10 or 11. You know,
Mm-hmm.
young, you don't really understand it, but when you get older, you
Yeah.
relationships, you meet people, your job, like, you know, that says a lot about you when
Absolutely.
people can be like, hey, you can't compromise who he is, you know,
Right.
like so that's one of
Yeah.
the things he told me. It just stayed with me forever.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else. That my dad taught me too, is and this is something that he did actually tell me like directly, is about just having like balance in your life,
Mm-hmm.
um and just having like work life and family time and personal time, is to have balance. And because for a long time I would be going to work and church, work and church, work and church, and that would be the only thing I was doing. So it's like burnout, you
Yeah,
know. And he used to say church is not supposed to burn you out. Like church is for worship, church is for service. But if you're burnt out from doing all these things, you're doing too much.
too much.
You're doing too much. And that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to do stuff. That means you're doing too much. And so he did help me to break away from just doing busy activities, you know what I'm saying? And to just, if I'm gonna do church stuff, like it's purposeful, you know what I'm saying? Not just doing because like I want to be at church every day of the week. I don't. I
Right.
don't, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he just really just, you know, kind of nailed that down, like to the importance of having that work-life balance. That's why I was like, on Sunday, that's my family day. You know, I tell everybody like Sunday, I can't cook with my family. That's our time where it's all of us together. And so that's a block of time that I don't like to compromise. If I have to do something on that day, I try to do it later in the evening, because during the day
Uh,
and afternoon, really that's the time I got with my family, because it's important to me. You know, like it's important to have that space with your family to keep us all connected. So
you shouldn't compromise that at all.
I don't. I don't. So if I can avoid it, I definitely try to not do things on Sundays, because that's my family time. So yeah.
Well, before we end the show, just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the brothers,
Happy Father's Day.
all the guys out there. This,
I get the big piece of chicken on Sunday.
yes, and make sure you demand that chicken. Damn it! All right,
Yeah.
enjoy.
You get the big piece of chicken.
And fellas, enjoy your day. Remember, if if you got a son, daughter, whatever, and it's been hard, if you feel like you ain't been the best father this year, don't worry about it, because every day you wake up, there's a new opportunity for you to get it right. So
Absolutely.
don't just think,
Absolutely.
it's over with for you. As long as you got breath in your body and you sincere, you can always make things right with your kids always.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. And if you for the people that still have their parents, appreciate them.
mm-hmm.
Appreciate them. And if you have a broken relationship, like you just alluded to, bro, with your father, time is not always on our side. So, if you can reconcile,
True.
because
True.
sometimes our parents, that's something that I think Charlamagne and God always talk about, is giving them grace, because they were raising us from a viewpoint of what they were taught. You know what I'm saying? And so we in an age of information where we can do things and see things differently where they couldn't. So give them a little grace, and understand that some stuff that happened to Black families was strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like, the breaking up of Black family, like, the war on drugs, the inserting of drugs into our community, that was on purpose. It was on purpose. And so some of our parents did get caught up in that. But you know what?
Right. That's right.
Some of them got out of it too.
Yeah.
So we got to give them grace. We got to give them grace.
And you ladies, don't be on Facebook posting that shit talking about I'm the daddy. Happy Father's Day to me. Don't y'all
Yeah,
be.
you're not the daddy.
You're not the daddy. I don't care
Yeah.
what you say. All right.
Yeah. You're a very good mother.
That's right. You're a very good
mother. Good mother. Yeah.
Daddy. So stop that shit. Don't do that shit.
Yeah, don't do that. Get a Father's Day, and if you got your dad, love on your dad.
Love on your dad.
And if you know a dad, appreciate them. Give them a shout out, and make the dads feel special.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. So that's all we got, Tease.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Yeah.
Y'all subscribe. Some of that podcast. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube. Leave a comment, especially about this episode. Let us know what irritated y'all this week.
Yes, let us know.
Let us know what irritated y'all. Leave a comment. We can have a nice discussion about that.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be in the studio with 2 guests. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be a really good show next week because we're going to have some entertaining people in there. We're going to have a lot to talk about. So,
oh boy.
So next week, y'all, we're in the studio. Episode 76 will be ready. Trust me, it's going to be good.
Yes. And we'll see y'all then.
All right. Hey.